Friday was a good day for the elder statesman at the Miami Open, with John Isner taking out one Canadian upstart, 18-year-old Felix Auger Aliassime in 2 tie-breaks, 7-6, 3, 7-6, 4, and Roger Federer ousting 19-year-old Denis Shapovalov in the evening. John Isner is the defending champion in Miami, having achieved his first Masters 1000 title here last year, the last time the event was held at the Key Biscayne location. The 33-year-old American talked about his chances now that he's made the final 2 years in a row. "I think there is something to be said about having success at a tournament. I mean, look, I have played Atlanta a bunch. I have won that tournament a bunch. I'm just very comfortable there. However, the Miami Open has a different feel this year, since it's housed in a completely new venue, the Hard Rock Stadium in the Miami Gardens neighborhood. Here, it's a little bit different because it's a different venue. It's a completely different feel from last year, obviously. But as you said, knowing that I won this event last year, I really took the approach coming into this year that there is zero pressure at all to defend this title." Between Federer and Isner, experience seemed to help a lot over raw talent in their semi-final matches. The Miami defending champ was asked if experience gave him a better advantage over his young opponent from Canada. "I think it may have helped a little bit. But you see a lot of times where someone can have all the experience in the world, and they don't come through against an inexperienced opponent. Maybe he was a little bit fatigued, also, which is not an experience thing, because he came through qualifying. So prior to this match he had played 3 more matches than I have. So could have been a little bit of inexperience and maybe a little bit of fatigue, also." Isner seemed relaxed after his match with Auger Aliassime and isn't feeling any pressure coming into the final, after having flown under the radar all year so far. "You know, there is no pressure, really. It's just another tournament. Just because I did well in it last year, I mean, if this was 8 years ago, I might have felt that pressure. But now, I don't ever think about defending points or anything like that. I have done that enough throughout my career to worry about that. I used to worry about that, but I don't anymore." John Isner has faced tie-breaks in all his Miami Open matches and has won all 9 of them. Of the 10 sets he's won, 9 of them have culminated in tie-break victories. He was asked about this success rate in Miami. "I'm just finding myself pretty calm in those situations. Maybe it's a little bit mental. I'm definitely playing my best tennis when I have been in that situation this week, there is no doubt." He plays another certain famous 30-something-year-old, Roger Federer, who he hasn't faced in almost 4 years, having won their last match at the Paris Masters tournament in 2015. Isner was asked about the possibility of facing Federer, who was scheduled to play after this press conference. "I played him in the finals of Indian Wells about 7 years ago, I think. He beat me there. It would be really cool to play against him. I'm not rooting for anyone tonight. It's going to be tough either way. But certainly playing Roger would be a very big moment." Federer owns their head-to-head, 5-2, and Isner was asked about handling Fed's chip return, which Nick Kyrgios called one of the most underrated in tennis. "Yeah, I think we saw last night in his match that chip return gave Kevin some trouble. Kevin's a big guy, and Roger, with that chip return, it's something that he can do in his sleep. He just gets it down low and gets it short. He almost forces his opponent to come in. At that point, you have to hit a great approach shot and a good volley to win the point because he's going to have a look at a pass if you make the shot, and it's very difficult to do. It's an incredibly high-talent shot that not many players can do, but he can do it all the time." Like Federer, John Isner is now a married father as well. He commented on how becoming a new dad has changed his perspective in life. "I do believe that, you know, getting married and having a kid is something I have always wanted to do. Now that my wife and I are experiencing the joys of having a kid, it's been amazing. It's the funnest thing I have ever done." Big smile. I miss them a lot. Certainly taking the approach at this tournament that if things don't go well, I'm on the next flight home and I get to be with my family. That's a very, very good consolation prize. John Isner is seeking his first ATP title this year. The men's final takes place on Sunday.